Hi viewers, here we are with the new video about Microsoft Surface Pro 9 5G. Diving into the biggest differences in this generation of Microsoft tablets, including SQ3 chip and 5G support. Yes, there are actually two new Surface Pro systems this fall, not one. They look the same and use the same accessories, but internally there are a couple of big differences. The standard Surface Pro 9 is a modest upgrade from last year's Surface Pro 8. It jumps from an 11th Gen Intel CPU to a newer 12th Gen one and moves to a slightly faster type of RAM. And adds some new color options. If you've used a Surface Pro anytime in the last few generations, you already know exactly what this is. It's the other half of the line, the Surface Pro 9 with 5G, that starts to get interesting. That system shares the same design as the Intel version but swaps the chip out for something called the SQ3. It's a joint Microsoft/Qualcomm ARM-based design that's better suited for laptops and tablets that favor long battery life and 5G support above overall system power. In previous generations, this product was called the Surface Pro X, and its two generations used chips called SQ1 and Square 2, respectively. Now the Surface Pro X is no more, instead it's been absorbed into the main line. The SQ3 includes what Microsoft calls a Neural Processing Unit, or NPU. That allows for some additional camera effects, called studio effects, and includes a better background blur, automatic framing and eye contact, which purports to make it look like your eyes are always looking at the camera lens. In an interesting feature swap, the former Pro X now lives in the standard Surface Pro body. But it's also brought along one Surface Pro X trait, the lack of a headphone jack. Yes, the Surface Pro 9 joins the growing list of PCs that skip the physical audio connection. The upshot is that your headphones or speaker will need to be Bluetooth, have a USB-C connection or use an extra dongle to connect. Pricing and configurations. The least expensive Surface Pro is $999. It only comes in plain platinum, and includes a 12th Gen Intel Core i5, 8 GB of RAM and a 128 GB solid-state drive. The slate itself are all you get in the box. As always, the must-have keyboard cover is sold separately, as is the stylus. On the 5G side, you're again restricted to one color, the platinum, but there are 4 configuration options, starting with 8 GB of RAM and a 128 GB SSD for $1. 299 to 16 GB of RAM with a 512 GB SSD for $1,899. I'm testing one of the middle options, with 16 GB of RAM and a 32 GB SSD, for $1,599. So far, so good. Here's where it starts to get even more tricky. Finally, the very cool looking blue floral design cover from a design company named Liberty is $299 and includes the stylus. But wait, you might say, I'm upgrading from an older Surface Pro and I can just keep using the same keyboard cover. Unfortunately, only keyboard covers from the Surface Pro 8 and Surface Pro X will work here, because the connector is different to older models. So the end result is that even the least expensive Surface, if you buy it with a keyboard cover and stylus, will be close to $1,300. The model tested here is the 5G version with the SQ3 chip, 16 GB of RAM, 256 GB of storage and a blue keyboard cover with the Slim Pen 2, for a total of $1,879. Design and performance. The Surface line has always looked sharp and performed well. It remains the best overall example of a Windows-based tablet/laptop hybrid. I attribute that to having a single company design both the operating system and hardware, much as Apple does. In the 5G case, you can even say that Microsoft had a hand in the chip design as well. The built-in kickstand remains the other best Surface design feature, after the keyboard cover. It moves on a stiff but pliable hinge, can open to about 150 degrees and most importantly, generally stays where you put it. On the 5G version, there's a removable panel under the kickstand to fit a SIM card, and also to access the SSD storage. You can also use a non-physical eSIM, but only a couple of service providers are available in the US, YubiKey and GigSky. I bought a 3GB prepaid plan for $14 and got a serviceable but uninspiring 82 Mbps download speed on 5 Guaranis. Thank you for watching the video.